Now, I'm sure the story of Tommy Oliver needs no introduction. I'm sure you've heard it all before in long videos, short videos, or even from your mum and dad. But there's one thing that's never really discussed when it comes to Tommy's powers, and that is the white light. What exactly is the white light? And in this video, I'm going to sort of explain it and run down the quick history of it. So in Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Season 2, Tommy Oliver went from being the Green Ranger to the White Ranger, and eventually leading the team. But one thing that was mentioned during Tommy's power transfer or his brand new upgrade, Tommy's new powers were created with the white light. Now, Power Rangers likes to use these big fancy names for things to make them seem more important than they already are. Meaningless flavor text, you could say, because when you're a kid and you hear stuff like Sword of Darkness or Sword of Power or Dimension of Despair or Darkness, it's going to sound really cool to you when you're a kid. But essentially the white light was there so Tommy could never have his powers corrupted or taken away, much like his Green Ranger powers. And the importance of the white light was never brought up ever again. But in the comics, the white light would play a much larger role. Now, I know everyone's not the biggest fan of the Power Ranger comics. I hear the word not canon thrown around a lot when the comics get brought up, but the comics were really good at taking little things and expanding them. Things like the Power Eggs, backstories, the Morphin Masters, things that were only mentioned once were fleshed out even more in the comics because they could expand on them even more. And like I said, I know people are going to try and make the argument that the comics aren't canon, but things that people love about modern Power Rangers came from the comics. Draken, the Omega Rangers, Green Ranger, Shredder, and much more, they came from the comics. Now, getting back on topic of the video, so do you remember when Tommy was supposedly kidnapped after he went swimming in that one episode? And then later when he appeared he was suddenly the White Ranger? Well, in the comics, that was expanded on. Tommy is teleported after swimming, but he was brought before Zordon and Alpha and the Blue Emissary, and they decide to send Tommy on a side quest to find the white light. Tommy is able to find the white light, but he's confronted by Saba, who is against Tommy using this power source. Why? Well, these events happen right after Shattered Grid, so they can't exactly have another Draken on their hand, because in the world of the Coinless, Draken was able to get a hold of the white light and turn that into his own power. While confronting Saba, seeing if he's worthy of holding the white light, Tommy is soon confronted by Lord Zedd and faces off against him, risking his life to stop him. But he soon learns that this was a trial to see if he's worthy of holding the white light, and of course, Tommy is. This leads Tommy to becoming the White Ranger in the comics. Now, the white light would play another important role in the final story arc of the comics. This story arc was known as Darkest Hour, where Dark Spectre was able to corrupt the Morphin Grid. And when Tommy is captured, Dark Spectre is aware of the White Ranger powers and how they were never meant for evil and decides to test that. He forces Tommy to morph and attempts to corrupt him, but all his attempts are useless. While this is all going on, Draken has a moment where he confronts his demons and faces off against a corrupt Ranger Slayer. Draken is able to free her from the corruption, but dies in the process, leaving behind his power coin, with our heroes now having 2 White Ranger power coins in their hands. Billy is able to figure out a way how our heroes can morph without Dark Spectre corrupting them, but there's a catch. And that catch is that Tommy will have to give up being a Ranger. Now, Tommy knows this is a hard choice for him to make, but he knows that protecting his friends is more important. And with this choice that Tommy has made, it allows his friends to enter up a power-up mode known as White Light. In this power-up form, this power-up basically has the Rangers wearing the white spandex, but the armored parts of the suit reflect the Rangers' colors. It also grants them the ability to purify corrupted Rangers, because we have this moment where an evil Rocky and Adam are about to get away, and Aisha just takes Ranger Slayer's bow of darkness and shoots them, and with that shot she's able to make it purifies Rocky and Adam from Dark Spectre's corruption. Now, even though the white light power-up was short-lived and we didn't see much of it, it was really cool to see. And with Power Rangers Prime still going on as of the time of recording this video and releasing it, I do wonder if we'll see a White Ranger in that series or see the white light in that series. But we'll have to wait and see. But That is the quick summary, the history, the white light explained in Power Rangers. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and I will see you guys later. Peace out, take care, bye.